This is the slip board I'm going to be using. That's got a split in it. This is sandalwood, false sandalwood, desert timber, beautiful. Oh, smells lovely. And that split, I reckon that's been there about 8 years and it's not going to split anymore. But what I might do, just for the exercise, is put a bow tie in there. And I'll show you how to make a bow tie out of a bit of scrap. Now, you'd throw that away, wouldn't you? And I planed the other side. Have a look at the other side. So what we'll do is we'll draw up a bow tie. I'll cut it out and we'll pop it in there and see how we go. We go 25mm long. So that's that long. What I'm going to do is find the middle of that, which is pretty close to that there, I think. And then, to make it easy, I'm going to get a chisel. I don't know what this is. There you go. That's a 5/8. I'm going to get the middle of the line there, in the middle of the chisel. This is all pretty close to being exact guesswork. And the same here. You'll see why in a minute. Doesn't matter what chisel you use. And then where you've got that centre line, bring the same length chisel into that centre line. About there. Draw that. And the other side. Draw that. And then rinse and repeat. Okay, so there we've drawn the bow tie. The reason I use the width of the chisel is I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cut this out in the bandsaw. You could use a coping saw if you wanted to, but then when it comes to incising it, it's going to be easier because we've got the width of the chisel to play with. So I shall be back. So that's what I've got so far, and I'm just going to break those bits out using a chisel. The front face that I've machined, or planed, sorry, that goes down like that. I'm not going to try and clamp it up or anything like that. I'm not going to fill it with glue. I'm not going to do anything like that. What you can do, I'll show you a little bit later on, is an old engineer's trick. You drill a hole where the cut is and it won't split any further. Matter of fact, as I look at that, there you go, there's a bow tie there. There's a couple of them. I love them. I think they're, you go, there's another one there, and there's one there that was a big split in the bench when I made it. Okay, so now I'm just going to mark around that bow tie with a knife. It's the other side with this timber. It is very, very hard. It smells beautiful, stable as anything, but you can't get it commercially, I don't think. There you go. That was a trip out west with Terry Gordon and Trent from Harold and Saxon Chisels. We used to go out timber getting and get our own timber. And so I think it was just an excuse to go away. But it was good fun. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if I could swing a chainsaw as much as I used to. Actually, I'll mark that. I'll put across there and across there, so I'll know which side goes where. Let me take that off. And there I've got it transferred onto the timber. Now the reason I chose that chisel width before, and it doesn't matter what chisel width you choose, you can now, you don't have to worry about doing too much fancy work. You can actually mark the lines quite nicely using that chisel. And the other thing, if I was going to go all the way through with this, which I'm not, I could actually cut it out with a fret saw. But that seems a bit of an overkill considering it's more aesthetically decoration than anything practical, because as I said, that crack won't go any further. If you're doing a bigger one, they're a lot easier, believe me. And especially in a furniture grade timber, not this stuff. But I like this stuff. Okay, there you go. And that fits in there quite nicely. So what we'll do, get it out if I can. Put some glue in there. And put some on here and around the edges. And we will pop that in there. Loosen this one off. Pop it in the vise here and we'll squeeze it home. Okay, we'll leave that, and then when it's dry, plane that off. That is now dried. What I've got to do now is cut it off with a flush saw. And the flush saw, there are two types. This is a flexible one. It will cut it off neat, won't leave any scars on this timber, and won't leave a ridge here. Or the other one, which is my favourite, is a French saw. So it's a hard blade. I'll use this and I'll cut that off, and we'll do that right now. And as you can see, that saw hasn't left any blemishes on the surface. I don't know what the saw is called. It's just a flush saw. This one was made in France and I've had it for absolute years. So now we'll pop that in back into the tail vise and we will plane it flat. Only taking a very, very fine shaving off. And I guarantee that will not split anymore. So there's an interesting little project if you want to have a go, putting butterflies or bow tie wedges or joints in split timber. They're terrific if you've got a table, as I said before, and it might have a split up, but you're making a slab table or something, and it's got a big split. You don't want to put timber in it, you don't want to glue it up, you don't want to bog it, you don't want to fill it with epoxy. Try one of those.